coming to your lying down position. Now, the only difference tonight, if we can just bend the knees up, it doesn't matter if they're loose or they're far in front or wide, just a position of comfort. And if it's comfortable, just bringing the hands to just rest across the tummy. And as we settle and focus here, just tuning into our breaths, as we hear the sounds of each inhale and exhale. And with the tummy on the hands on the tummy, just observing. As on the inhale, as the tummy rises and expands, and as it contracts and lowers on the exhale. And in our lying down, just being sure that the chin is tucked in, just so the back of the neck is long. And just settling here. To be focused on the breath. Allowing any thoughts to just drift away. The mind stilling and the body calming. And just over time, as that breath lengthens, all the while still observing that movement going on within the tummy. And with these knees bent up, just that gentle push of the lower back into the mat. And then just take 3 long deep breaths. As we inhale, filling everything up. As we hold that for a second, through parted lips, just sigh it away. Twice more. You've had those 3, just letting that breath return to normal. And then we'll bring the attention to the neck. So in your time, just rolling the neck around, side to side, just nice and loose. And then, in your time, it's bringing that head back to center in stillness, checking that that neck is still tucked in, chin is still tucked in even. And then from here, we're just going to hug one leg only in towards the chest. So with that leg that's hugging in, just squeezing it in, just gently opening into the hips and the thighs. And as time passes, as the muscles release with each exhale, and then from here, we're just going to inhale, sending this leg up into the air, whether you hug around the thigh or maybe higher up. And we can just begin by rotating this ankle. It goes around both ways. Give those toes a flex if you want, inhaling up, exhaling towards us. And then just give this foot just a nice loose shake off. And then let's inhale. So we're going to send the heel up to the sky. And then gently on your exhale, with the shoulders dropped, can we just, well, not hug, just draw the leg a little closer in towards us. Keeping it reasonably straight, but if the knee needs to bend, just let that happen. And as we hold each exhale, just releasing that a little bit more. That's it. And then inhale that heel to the sky again. As we slowly exhale, lowering it down, working the core. As that knee bends back. And as we hug the other one in. As we inhale again, squeezing it in. Opening into this side of the hips and this thigh. As we inhale, bringing that leg up into the air, shoulders dropping. And we can rotate this ankle around. Again, just going both ways. And if we want, flexing the toes as we inhale them up. Exhale them towards us. And again, just giving this ankle a shake off. And when we're ready, inhale, pointing the heel up. Exhale, drawing the leg towards us. Keeping it reasonably straight, but allowing the bend. With the exhale, just feeling the release. And then inhale that heel up to the sky. As we exhale, slowly working the core as it lowers. Bringing the palms to the sides as the knees bend up again. As we move into pelvic tilting. So the feet are maybe close in, they don't have to be. With those feet planted, palms planted by the side. On the inhale, we can just gently peel up. Just a smidge off the floor. As we exhale, lowering the hips. Repeating breath by breath. On the inhale, that gentle lift. And on the exhale, down. Just massaging this lower spine. Lovely. When you next exhale down, I'm just going to leave the hips there. And then with these hands, can we just interlock them behind the head? Just resting the head on the hands. Those elbows pointing out to the side. Again, that chin is slightly tucked in. And then in your time, we're just going to inhale, lifting the head up as it looks along the body. Exhale down. Again, breath by breath. Inhaling up, looking along. Exhale down. One more. That's it. When you lower down, just that brief rest. Now, we're going to combine this with pelvic tilting as well. So we'll start with the hips. On the inhale, lifting that hips up just a smidge. So we exhale the hips down. Inhaling the head up. Exhale, head down. Back into the hips. The head lifts up in your breath. When you next lower the hips down, leaving the hips there, it's going to combine it all a little bit more. So leaving the head where it is. On the inhale, can we just lift both knees towards the chest? On the exhale, those legs lowering down. Twice more. Inhaling the knees towards us. Exhaling down. Third one. Exhale down. Now, taking that brief rest as we combine again. So, this time, inhale, knees towards us. Can we lift the head up to the knees as well? Exhale, head down and the feet. Twice more this way. Inhaling, knees up, head up, and down on the exhale. Third one. Taking that brief rest again. Now, just a little bit more. So, inhale, knees up, head up. Now, staying here on the exhale, can we send one leg out straight? As we inhale that leg in, other leg, exhaling it out, inhaling in, slow and controlled breaths. Now you can do twice more if you want, but I appreciate this one's harder. So if it's one, that's fine. Combining the breath and movement. And when you've had those three, it's just exhale everything down. As that body just settles into the mat. And we can just release the grip on the hands. They can come back down by our sides. As we bring these feet quite close in to the heel, ready for bridge. Palms face down by our sides. First though, pelvic tilting again. Just that inhale, that subtle lift. As we exhale, peeling down. Twice more of this. It's massaging this lower back. And when you've had those three, we can move into full bridge. So checking the chin is tucked in. Inhale, lifting the hips up to the sky. As we exhale, peeling down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Twice more. Inhale and lift. Exhale down. When you've had those 3, we can lift up one final time and hold for 3. If you don't want to hold for 3, don't. But on each inhale, it's that gentle press through the feet. And when you've had the 3, slowly exhale, peeling down. And as we counter stretch, hugging each knee individually out and up to the sides of the chest. Tuning into our breath, feeling the back settle. Maybe have a rock from side to side, or just enjoy the stillness. Lovely. And then in your time, let's just hug both knees together. That gentle squeeze in, maybe that rock. If the knees go one way, maybe the head goes the other. And as we come back to center and stillness, we'll just send the feet out flat on the mat. And on the arms, you can just inhale up and overhead. I'm just going to have a really nice stretch. So I call this the banana. So you can take a hold of the hands, and on the exhale, can we send the arms and the legs to one side, stretching into a side. As we inhale, center and straight. Exhale, other side. Twice more each side. Inhale, center. Exhale across. You could also be a half moon. When you've had those 3, back to center. We can just exhale, the arms down, hugging the knees in. We can just get ready. You can either rock yourself up to sit, or you can roll over to any side. If you're rocking, taking the time, massaging that spine up. Lovely. So we're all still awake. I've been lying down for a wee while. Not sure I am though. So just finding that comfortable seated position. And if you've got the legs crossed, just crossing them the other way. Just for the sake of challenging our balance. As we lift up, that spine nice and long. Exhale, rooting down through those sit bones. Shoulders dropping, chin tucked in. And as we inhale, reaching the arms up. The palms come together. And down through heart center. Once more. Lovely. And then when you're ready, we can just roll our way over to all fours. Whether that's rolling over the knees or coming any other way. And as you find the palms under the shoulders, those knees under the hips, that spine nice and lengthened. Ready to work in our usual cat. As we inhale, curling from the base as we look up. As we exhale, curling from the base, looking down or through the legs. breath by breath. And when you inhale, lifting up, do you feel something in the core now? Now, next one, inhaling up as normal. But on the exhale, as we curl through, sending it all back to your child position. Those hips towards the heels. Adjusting so it's comfortable for you. Whether that's widening the knees. Still allowing that chest and head to just sink down onto the mat. Now with each breath, just drawing the attention to the lower back. As you inhale, filling it with energy and space. And the exhale, releasing any tension and feeling the release within. Lovely. And in your time, let's just inhale, back up through to all fours. We're going to get ready. So we're going to come into a variation of dog. So the legs are staying where they are, but in your time, can we just drop the elbows to where the palms were? So these hips are staying in line with the knees. It's feeling that gentle bend in the lower spine. If you want to extend it, you can reach these arms forward. So the arms are similar to dog. That chest and head sinking to the mat. Those hips are still in line with the knees. It's making that space in the spine. With each inhales, it's just getting that little longer. Now, this is entirely optional. You maybe would rather come to all fours, or can we lift all the way up into dog from here? If you're coming into dog from here, tucking the toes under, and then a really big push through the legs, inhaling the hips up. That's it. Now you might need to adjust, your stance might be a little long from where we've just come. And then our downward dog. You can take a walk from foot to foot if you like, stretching into the back of those legs. And then in your time, we're just going to exhale back down to all fours as we move it into a twist. Now always remember, you can come on to the fists if it's too much on the wrists. But for our twist, I think we've all done this before. Just going to inhale, pointing one set of fingers in. As we bring the hand out roughly to the edge of the mat. With the other hand, can we inhale as it lifts up? And on the exhale, we're going to scoop it through under this arm. Now the shoulder might come onto the mat, the head might come on too. Just opening this top lung. Again on the inhale, finding the space in the spine. And then the exhale, as the body gives into the twist. And in time, as we inhale slowly back to our all fours. Ready for the other side. Pointing the other fingers in to the edge of the mat. As we inhale that other arm out. Exhale, scooping it down and under. If the shoulder comes on, maybe the head. As we open up to this side. Breath by breath, so just release that little bit more. And again, inhale, back, through to all fours. Now you can just have that little wiggle if you want. The hips, the shoulders. Just loosening off. And as we come back, can we move ourselves back into dog? So palms planted, toes tucked under. Big inhale. As those hips lift up to the ceiling. As the head and shoulders just sink through. Giving that head a wiggle just so it's nice and loose. Now, we're going to come into a lunge. So if you want to come into three-legged dog, you can. Or maybe you want to come to all fours instead. But if you're doing three-legged dog, inhaling one leg up. And on the exhale, that knee bends, slow and controlled. Sinking it through into our lunge. Now if you want, you can drop the back knee. It doesn't have to be straight. And we've been on these wrists for a while, so most of the weight should be on the feet. Hands are just here for balance. Checking our knee and ankle are in alignment. As we sink these hips through and down. And with time, as the body releases into it, if you want to lengthen the back leg, you can. Now, can we make this a balance as well? Maybe you want to drop the back knee. Can we inhale, lifting the chest up high? The arms can either rest on the thigh or by the sides, but the shoulders are dropped. Lovely. Now for the next bit, you probably want to drop the back knee if it's straight. Because we're going to inhale, lifting the arms up as they reach up. Can we sigh the breath away to a subtle back bend? We inhale back up. Exhale, folding down. Just very briefly. And then can we come into the other side? So if you want, stepping back into three-legged dog. Toes tucked. As you inhale, straightening that back leg, making the space that lifts up. We're not keeping it here though. Just exhale as it lowers back down. You can sneak a quick walk in your dog if you like first. And then, other side. Inhale as the other leg lifts. As we exhale, bending the knee, slow and controlled, sinking it through. Now, setting our lunge up, that knee and ankle straight. You can drop that back knee if you wish. So his hips sink through and down. As we release into this side. Do you want to lengthen the back leg again? You can. Can we inhale? Lifting up. Wherever those hands are. As long as the shoulders are dropped. Exhale, lower the back knee. You can untuck the toes. We reach the arms up, ready for a back bend. Sighing it away. Inhale. And exhale down, feeling the release in the spine. Working our way to dog. Oh, so lengthening the back leg. You can inhale the front one through three-legged dog. So we exhale it down. Having a quick walk if you like. And then inhale through to forward fold. Just letting everything hang down. Whether the hands are holding the ankles or the elbows are just hanging. With a slight bend in the knees, releasing that lower spine. And then in your time, slowly inhale. As we uncurl up to our stand. Planting those feet on the mat. Again, chin tucked in. Rooting down here. Just finding the stillness within, catching our breaths. Shoulders dropping. And our usual move. Slowly inhale. We reach up. Down to heart center. Twice more. Each movement just slows the breath. The breath as slow as the movement. Just re-centering ourselves. And just bringing the hands to the side when we've had those three. And we're just going to shake these wrists off, but we're just going to shake them up to the head. You can start at the bottom and just start shaking up. Lifting the elbows in line with the shoulders. And down. Now you can keep shaking the wrists as well. Bring the knees into it. Bring the hips into it. Well, this is really fun on camera. Just easing everything off. And as we come back, we forgot about the feet. Let's give them a little wiggle off. Lovely. When we've done that with the feet, just send them a little bit wider. So maybe a half leg distance, maybe not quite as far. Toes can either point forward or just slightly out as we stretch into a side. So one arm, inhaling up as that reaches up. Exhaling over. Now the lower arm can hold the leg if it wants, but we're not holding here. Can we inhale one arm or both? Use the core to lift. Exhale over. Once more this way to each side. It's feeling that stretch all the way through the side. Now, when we've worked both sides, we're going back to the first side, but we're going to hold it. So exhaling across. You go a little deeper this time. On the inhale, maybe reaching the top arm. And releasing on the exhale. side. Inhale as we lift. We release over. Reaching that top arm in the inhale. Inhale, lifting up. Palms together and down through heart center. So shoulders drop. Can release the hands. And with the feet again, we might need to adjust, or if you've got the room, just send them a bit wider still. Maybe a leg distance apart. So we're going to fold over. So with the hands on the hips, inhaling up nice and tall. Exhale, tipping forward to halfway. That halfway, we're just going to find a little bit more length in the spine. Exhale, releasing down. The hands can come onto the floor if they like. And allow those knees to bend if they want. And again, can we make the hands similar to dog? So we can walk the hands forward if we wish. Now keeping the hips in line with those ankles. And just allowing the spine to release. Let that head hang nice and loose. And in time, you can just inhale as we walk the hands back. Next inhale again, just slowly uncurling. Very nice. Now with these legs, we're going to walk them into roughly halfway. So about a half leg distance apart. And then can we swing it forward? So one foot will come forward. The back foot, toes can just be in, just so the hips are facing the front. Now with the hands on the hips, again inhaling that length in the spine. Can we exhale, tipping forward, keeping the spine reasonably lengthened. And we should find the biting point. And once you've found that, every inhale reminding the spine of its length. Maybe you exhale down a little more, or just feeling the muscles release. And if the front knee needs to bend, just allow that to happen. And then on your time, you can inhale, back up. Now as we move to the other side, you can either swivel all the way around, or you can reset yourself if you like. Again, just so the hips are pointing forward. We inhale the length, slowly tipping forward. Just to when we find the biting point. And when you found it, inhaling that length in the spine. Maybe exhale and release. And allowing the front knee to bend if it wants. Just each exhale, just drawing you down a little bit more. And in time, slowly inhale, back up. And we can step it in. Shaking, wiggling, whatever we need. And then we'll just work our way into our tree. So finding that these feet are nice and planted. Sending all the weight down through them. That's it, use a wall if you want. Those feet rooting down. And when we're ready, as we inhale, just lifting one heel up. Feeling that lift in the chest. Can we inhale the knee up in line with the hips? If we're still, exhaling that knee out to the side, that's it. When you're ready, tucking that foot in, whether it's up high or down lower. Rooting down through the standing foot, the knee is just nice and loose. When we're ready, inhale as we reach up. And exhale down, heart center. And if you're holding a wall, just letting the hand rest on the opposite shoulder, just so it's comfy. And as we hold here, each exhale rooting down, making our roots in our tree. Each inhale finding the lift as if we're getting taller. As we tune into our breaths, finding the calm and stillness here. And in time, slowly exhale. We gently release, planting this foot. As we move into the other one, so when we're ready, inhaling the other heel up, always finding that lift in the chest. As we inhale the knee up in line with the hips. If you're balanced, exhaling out to the side, opening the hips. And then tucking that foot in, whether it's high or low, finding the balance. And in your time, inhaling, reaching up and down. Heart center, shoulders dropping. Rooting down. Observing the difference on this side, which is perfectly normal. And finding the calm and stillness with our breath. Lovely. In time, can exhale slowly down. A gentle shake, walk, whatever that needs to be. And from here, probably around about mid-mat, as we lower down to the floor, and then into dog. So as we inhale up, everything nice and tall. The exhale, rounding the shoulders, bending the knees, tucking the chin. Oh, using the tummy as brakes. Slowly letting gravity draw you down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And in your forward fold, just hanging in stillness. When you're ready, you can inhale, planting the palms, stepping the feet back, downward dog. If you're taking that walk from foot to foot, you can, or enjoy the stillness. And then, let's exhale, lowering the knees. Now we're not coming to all fours or into child. We're going to come to lie on our fronts. So with the knees on the mat, we can just shift the weight forward, allowing the chest to lower down. And then here, you can take a hold of each elbow, just resting the forehead as the body settles onto the mat. As we tune into the breath, feeling the movement going on, that gentle lift and lowering of each breath. And then you can tuck these elbows under the shoulders. Just bringing a gentle curve to the lower spine. The gaze not quite looking forward, just slightly down. Each inhale filling the chest up. And on the exhale, it's almost as if we're almost sinking into the mat that little bit more. Now, we can extend into full cobra if we wish, or we can stay here. So we can slowly exhale, peeling the spine down. As we bring the hands in line with the chest, elbows pointing back. And in your time, inhale, peeling up as high or as low as you like. Not holding, so as we exhale, tensing the buttocks, slowly lowering down. Twice more. And when you've had those three, just peeling ourselves back down. Taking a brief rest, and then we'll counter stretch by just sinking everything back into child. So as we inhale via all fours, exhale as we just sink the hips back towards the heels, adjusting so it's comfortable for us. Just letting everything release. And as we come through, inhaling up via all fours, to come and lie down. So we can either cross the ankles as we roll over them, or any other way. As we scoot the feet forward to the front of the mat, with a nice loose bend in. Now, because it's the core class, it's not our normal way of going down to the floor. Slight variation. So we can inhale as normal, arms straight. Can we exhale? We're just going back just a little bit. Again, so you find the biting point. Can we inhale one leg up? Maybe the other? As we inhale that chest tall. If you want to make it harder, you can lower the legs. And then, if you want to make it super hard, can we exhale? I was going to say in a controlled manner. It's coming to our lying down. That chin tucked in. And then we'll just bend the knees up. Just nice and loose on the mat. can send the arms out to shoulder height, or if you've not got the room, the elbows out, palms facing up. And just give these knees a rock from side to side. Starting slow, just allowing that momentum to build. The knees go one way, maybe the head goes the other. And if the knees come onto the floor on any side, just leaving them here. Taking that look over the opposite shoulder. Just a nice open twist. Finding the length in the spine on the inhale. Releasing around that little bit further on the exhale. As we move to the other side, inhaling to center, we exhale across. Observing the subtle differences between each side. We inhale the length here as we did on the first side. And then release with the exhale. And in time, let's inhale back to center. You can just hug these knees in, whether around the thighs or over the knees. Either in stillness or having that rock. Just massaging this lower spine. I've done an awful lot with it tonight. Just taking the time to ease it off. When you're ready, you can just inhale the arms and legs up into the air, much a bend so everything can hang. Give the ankles and wrists a rotate if they want. And then just that nice loose shake off. As we inhale, drawing the arms through the legs, taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet. Those knees draw out and up. Whether you're still or rocking, just massaging that a little bit higher up the spine this time. And then, in your time, we can just come down as we find our comfortable relaxation position. Whatever that may be. Whether the knees are bent up or not. Palms either by the sides or resting on the body. And as we settle in here, just tuning back into that breath. Observing the difference and the quality of it now. It's a longer, calmer and stiller. Allowing the thoughts to just drift away from the mind. And we'll just take the time to guide the breath around the body. As we start with the crown of the head. Forehead. Eyes and nose. Mouth and cheeks. Chin, jaw and ears. Front and back of the neck. Shoulders and collarbone. Elbows. Wrists. Front and back of the palms. Fingers and fingertips. Chest and upper back. Ribs and mid-back. Tummy and lower back. Hips and pelvic floor. Thighs. Knees. Calves and shin. Ankles. Heels. Balls of the feet. Toes. The whole body. The whole body. Gently allowing your attention to draw back to this moment, to hear the sounds and the air touch your skin. You can begin to wiggle the toes and fingers, to make small movement. In time, you can hug the knees in towards the chest. Whether rocking or still. And then gently, rolling over to any side, a brief moment of stillness. So we open the eyes here, and then gently lifting ourselves up to our comfortable seated position, finding the spine long and light. And that chin tucked, shoulders dropped, for a few last conscious breaths. And on our next inhale, we lift the arms up, palms coming together. As we exhale down, heart center. As we bow our heads here, Namaste.